what's good? Welcome to PHX OTR, brought to you by Burning Buddha Clothing Company. It's a show where we go around and we find talent artists that are actually on the rise. Today I got with me DJ Tony Trips.
How you doing?
What's good, Tony? Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I practiced that.
It's all right.
It was a little
Honestly,
goofy,
it was
but
good. I wouldn't even been able to tell.
Tell the people that are viewing a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background.
All right. So my name's Tony Trips. I'm born and raised here in Phoenix, AZ. Let's see, just turned 30 last year. I really only started DJing because of COVID. Never gave myself a chance. But once I did, fell in love with it, and now I'm all about it for sure. But I've been working at Cobra probably about 7 years now. I've done every position in the bar. Now I'm DJing also. So check me out, Cobra, on Tuesdays, and Stardust Spin Bar down the street, 5th Avenue, Van Buren, every Wednesday.
Yeah, and you, I actually got to film you at Chiba Hut. So you do other things. These are your regulars, but you got other shows that you pop into from time to time as well.
Yeah. I got my residencies. I also do Joe Bot on First Fridays as well. But besides that, I do gigs, here and there all over the place. I did, let's see, Dos Gringos in Mesa last Cinco de Mayo. I did the NFL experience with Javen and Flawless. Shout out.
Yeah.
The week before Super Bowl. So I'm out here,
Hell yeah. Yeah, you hella active out here. So tell us, tell the viewers a little bit about the style of music you play. What is the style that you play? What's your favorite style of music or genre of music that you listen to?
Well, let's see. My favorite style of music that I love so much, but I don't really get to play that often. I love drum and bass. I love jungle. I also love hard style and stuff. But I play to the gig most of the time, but I always give it my own twist. So I'm really open format. I can't put myself in a box. I love Latin tech. I love hard style. I mess with a little bit of dubstep. I love bass house, but I mix a little bit of everything, I'm like the most ADH DJ you'll meet because I keep it moving, different styles. I always keep them guessing because I know when I go to a show, I love when people surprise me. And so.
Hell yes. Yeah. There's nothing better than being at a show and there being a song that you're not even maybe thinking of, but it's something that you love that might be suppressed down. You haven't heard it for a while and that DJ hits that shit. Yeah. And you like, oh!
Almost definitely. If you go into a drum and bass show and all of a sudden some hardcore starts playing, you're like, whoa, hold on, didn't see this coming, but it's exactly what I needed right now,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So tell us a little bit about what got you into DJing.
So I'm about to go to my 8th EDC. I've been, going to Rose for a minute, and I've also worked in the music industry for a long time. I've done merch for 3 different bands. One of them was signed with Sony, and I've been to 41 out of 50 states. So I've been in the music industry a little bit. I've done tour managing for one tour one time, and I've always worked shows doing at least something. And I had a lot of homies that were DJs. All the DJs were at Cobra, for the first 5-6 years that I was working there. I always looked up to them. Yeah, shout out Cobra. And once quarantine happened, I was if I'm gonna be stuck at home for 9 months, I might as well give it a try because I always wanted to. And I ended up falling in love with it. And I was like, damn, I should have done this a long time ago. So once everything reopened and I went back to work at Cobra, there was just a night where we didn't have any DJs, and I was like, hey, is it cool if I take this night? They were like, yeah, go ahead. And that ended up working out for the best.
That's wild. So It's hard to imagine. I've been to many of your shows, Trippy Tuesday here at Cobra, but it's crazy to think that that's a short period, little over 2 years.
It feels like everything's moving really fast too, because it's I haven't even really had the chance to go out and look for shows or put myself out there to ask if I could play at places. Everything has pretty much just been from word of mouth and just working hard. And then, somebody sees you DJ and they're like, hey, you know what? Would you like to make something? And I'm like, I never say no to a gig. It doesn't matter what it is. Never say no to a gig.
My man about his money.
Yeah. Well, even then, because a lot of times because I'm pretty new to it, sometimes I won't even get paid, but I figure it's all promotion. And Absolutely. Even if it's a gig on some type of gear that I've never played on, or it's I'm expected to mix a genre that's not my specialty, I'm no matter what, it's going to make me stronger as a DJ. And no matter what, I'll figure it out. So, I mean, like, I just try to keep myself humble. I don't say no to gigs because, I mean, if people want to hear me mix, I'm always going to be down to mix, even if it's not going to be easy.
Hell yeah. Hey, and that might be attributing to, you know, what, like I was saying, you've been DJing for such a short time, but if somebody were to come and see you, it's hard to imagine it's only been a couple of years, but that might be attributed to that because you are willing to step out and play on some equipment you might not know, play some music that you don't typically play. So
I'm always ready to like move out of my comfort zone, just because even the fact that someone gives me the opportunity to mix, even if it's like it's not something that would be easy for me, or it's just like, oh man, this is gonna be a hard one to mix. I'm still like, just the fact that they thought of me and asked me to come and, you know, try it out. I'm like, I'm more than grateful. I'm like, yeah, I'll figure it out. Fuck it, I'll do it.
Hell yeah. Hey, that's the spirit, my boy. So tell us, like, what's the most rewarding thing as a DJ? Like you talked about how you've done so many things in the industry, touring, all kinds of things. What is it about DJing that really stands out and that burns inside of you?
The cool thing about DJing, especially when you're DJing EDM, is that you don't find the fans find you. Oh. You put out, like, you set the vibe for the night, and if they don't want to hear you, if they don't like the vibe you're setting out, they don't need to be there. They won't be there, like, you know. But when you're DJing, it's cool because, like, you get to tell people, like, the vibe you're trying to set, what's going on inside of you, and they can either listen to it or they don't need to be there. Like, I mean, like, honestly, there's a bunch of bars downtown. You literally could be doing anything else. But my favorite part is when people come week after week and they're like, you know what? I like this vibe. Like, you know, even though, like, I'm just mixing what I feel at the time. Like, obviously, I'm going to play to the gig, and it's just like, hey, if there's stuff I can't play at certain places, that's fine. But, I mean, like, no matter what, I'm only going to play stuff that I would fuck with, you know? And when people are like, yo, that was a great set, like, it feels nice that people actually, like, listened when they could be doing something else on, like, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Friday, whatever. They could be doing something else. But to not only stay and listen to the set, but also, like, come up to me and be like, hey, yo, I like what you did there. It just feels great.
Hell yeah, that's dope. So I want to throw my little thing that I see the times that I've been out here, and some of you guys might know, you might not know, I actually work security here at Cobra. I work with Tony. But the best thing is, like, on a Tuesday night, people may be coming in from out of town. People might be, for whatever reason, they be celebrating the fact that they got divorced or whatever. For whatever reason, they'll come out on a Tuesday night, right? Cobra's popping. It's a trippy Tuesday night. People will come in here and they'll be like, yo, is this all they playing? This stuff? And I'll be like, yeah, but you know what? Get a drink, chill for a little bit, and, you know, it might grow on you. I swear to God, like 9 times out of 10, the same person that walked in was talking about, I don't fuck with this shit. At the end of the night, they got a few drinks in them and they on the dance floor having the time of their life. So, like, that's one thing I love personally about EDM. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a great thing that you bring as a DJ, mm-hmm. and as well as your partner, DJ Who, that you guys bring on Trippy Tuesdays, because, like, anybody could walk through these doors, and not everybody might be as open to to EDM or to the music that you play, but it's a vibe.
That's the best part about Tuesdays, is that it's the wild card night. Because, I mean, we have other nights during the week where it's like, you know, if you want to hear top 40, you want to hear hip hop, you want to hear Latin, you want to hear Bad Bunny, you can come in on those nights. But Tuesdays is the wild card night. That's the one night to where you literally don't know what you're going to hear. You won't hear the same stuff every Tuesday. It's like, literally, you can play anything. We play everything, all in between. Like, I mean, we have a house night and a techno night, like, you know, on both bars. On certain nights of the week, we have an R&B night. We have, like, you know, a Latin night, a top 40 night. But Tuesdays is the one night to where you don't know what you're going to hear, and you'll hear everything in between. Like, you know, we have different guests every time. We always give everybody a chance. It's like, sometimes you'll hear some drum and bass. Sometimes you'll hear some Latin tech. Sometimes you hear some dubstep. You literally never know what you're going to do. And I think we've built a good fan base because of that. Because it's not the same thing. You can't go on a Tuesday and be like, oh, I know what a vibe on Tuesday is. Be like, you go on Tuesday and you're like, I know it's a vibe, but I don't know what vibe it's going to be tonight. You know,
but it's always a good vibe.
yeah, it's always a good time.
So tell us a little bit where, obviously we know where Tony comes from. It's your name, Antonio,
Yeah.
but Tony Trips, how'd that whole
So,
name
like,
come about?
When stimulus checks started coming and stuff like that, I was like, I was gonna spend all of my stimulus on a mixer, but then one of the homies who actually DJs here at Cobra, shout out Heartbreaks, he told me an easier way to do it. I didn't have to spend my whole stimulus check. I could actually finance it, no credit check on American Musical Supply. And so I did that. And while I started practicing, I started thinking, what should my DJ name be? I had a bunch of ideas, but eventually I realized that I already had Tony Trips as my Instagram handle like since college. And since, I was trying to ask people of all the other ideas I had, they were like, oh, it was like really mixed bag on what people should think they should be. I was like, you know what? I already have the Instagram handle Tony Trips. And, a lot of people were like, you should just go with that. So I ended up just settling on that. And it worked out really good. I spent a lot of time, worked on a logo because I don't want to switch my logo around a bunch of times. I feel like it should be like the Coca-Cola logo, timeless. It's been the same thing, all these years. And to this day, I still haven't changed my logo,
Oh yeah. Hey, that's cool, man. You got
Yeah.
that branding going in. And people know, there's a million Tonys in Phoenix, but there's one Tony Trips.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody knows exactly who that is. All right, so let's switch gears a little bit. Tell us a little bit about 3 things in your life you absolutely can't live without. I know I'm putting you on the spot with this, but
Let me see. Food, water, shelter. No, I'm just kidding. Definitely music. I could not, let's say I didn't have a phone, I didn't have a way to listen to music. I could not live with that. I don't need headphones. I could always, you listen to music on the way to work, on the way from work, in the car. You could play stuff on your PlayStation or your Xbox or on your speaker at home. But if I couldn't listen to music, I don't know how I could continue living. Other than that, I would definitely say without friends, because I didn't grow up with a lot of friends. I moved around schools a lot. And without your homies, without your the family you choose, I don't know how I could get by because, sometimes you can't see your actual family and your friends, that's the family you choose. And without them, probably wouldn't be where I was today.
okay, so we got music, family and friends.
Yeah.
What's the third thing?
Other than that, I'm
Pussy.
definitely gonna say I couldn't go on without work. And right now that's Cobra. Even if I won the lottery today, I would still not stop working at Cobra because work is my sanctuary. That's where I go to forget about all my problems outside of work. And even if you win the lottery, that's the one thing that keeps you humble. Never quit your day job. It's my 17th job and I found a place where there's no problems. Management's great. Coworkers are great. I like the vibe. I've been working here 7 years. That's the longest time I've worked a job ever. And it's my 17th job. So as long as you find a work that you're proud of and that you want to go to work every day, I think you'll be good because no one wants to wake up and dread going to work every day,
Facts.
So I guess you call that work, a purpose, work, friends, and definitely music.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Appreciate that. What would you say to any aspiring DJs, anybody that's just getting started, or somebody that's thinking about it? What would be your best advice for them?
I would say the exact thing I wish someone told me, yo, just do it. I always thought, I don't have money to spend on something like that. What if I don't like it? And then what? Then I have to sell the gear that I've gotten. What if no one wants to listen to me? I would say, just do it. There's plenty of ways. You don't have to break the bank to go and do it. And trust me, it's more for you than it is for them because I just found it super therapeutic. It was you get to play the stuff that you want. You get to show people the music, because sometimes when you try to show people music, they have to be ready for it. Sometimes they'll stop listening after 20 seconds or they're just not in the mood for it.
Right.
But when you're DJing, you set the vibe and you show them the vibe that you're feeling on the inside. And 9 times out of 10, people will register that because they're in the same place. It's they can't ignore it when it's the only music going on in their spot. But more than that, you feel a lot of satisfaction from being able to mix all the music that you love and create one cohesive vibe, it makes you feel good. Like literally the whole world melts away. You don't even realize who's on the dance floor, and somebody else is picking up on that at the same time. You're making somebody's night either way. Sometimes you don't even know. They won't tell you, but it's something else. I recommend it to everybody.
Hell yeah, that's dope. So, Tony, Trips, I got a little something for you.
Ooh.
Brought you a little gifty gift here.
Oh, thank you.
Compliments of Burning Buddha Clothing, burningbuddhaclothing.com. Go ahead and check it out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, buddy.
The GOAT.
We got the Bruce Lee Thou Shall Not Try Me tee.
Ooh, I'm definitely going this.
Hell yeah. So go ahead and plug your stuff, your social media, your IG. I don't know if you're on TikTok.
I just recently started a TikTok following. I made the switch.
Hey, yeah, let's
I'm
run
about
it
to,
up.
but-
Let's run it up. Support my brother here.
Yeah.
And talk about some of the places people can see you around Phoenix where you're
So
playing.
let's see. You can see me every Tuesday at Cobra Arcade Bar with my partner, DJ Who. On Wednesdays, almost every Wednesday out of the month, you can catch me at Head Trip, Hump Days, at Stardust Pin Bar. There is a once a month on Wednesdays. You can't catch me there because they have an emo night. Other than that, May 10th, I'll be at both Head Trip, Hump Days at Stardust. And then after that, I'm going to race over and I'll be playing with Jerry Gonza, local legend. Love that man. Shout out. Over there at Valley Bar, May 10th. It's on a Wednesday. Other than that, first Friday, you can catch me at Joe Bot from 7 to midnight with my other homie, DJ Artemis. Yeah. Other than that, you'll be catching me at some shows coming up. In June, I'll be at a Beats and Brunch at Joe Bot on a Sunday. I believe it's the 26th. Other than that, you can catch me at Serpent Lab with Melrose House on a Thursday in June as well. So just keep a lookout. Check out my Instagram, Tony_Trips with 2 P's. I got my link tree on there. You can check out a couple mixes as well.
Hell yeah. So y'all know all the information. Y'all know where to find them. Tony, I appreciate you for coming on the show.
No problem, man. Thank you for having me on.
This is a resurge. COVID shut me down and other shit that I was dealing with, but I'm glad I could have you on as my first guest on PHX OTR.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad to see you coming up again, man.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all.
Check us out. Have a good night.